Hello and welcome to this early autumn nature notebook, and for this one I'm here at Boughton Park. I'm going to be heading through this gate which leads into the part of the park that's open to the public. But first, here's a look at this old almshouse which dates from the 17th century and was actually used in the film Pride and Prejudice. As you head through the gate, there's a track that heads straight down to the brook at the bottom through this avenue of well-established trees, and on a lazy summer afternoon you can come here and watch some village cricket. Quite often you'll find sheep grazing on the pastures here, and you can see sheep trails meandering all over the grassland, and indeed there are sheep grazing here today. But I'm not here to film sheep today. When I brought my dog here for his morning walk a little bit earlier, I saw the deer were out in force. So I'm heading through these wonderful ancient trees to try and get some footage of the three types of deer that you get in the park here. A lot of these ancient trees must be well over 100 years old, and there's beech, horse chestnut, oak and sycamore. Well, I'm making my way to where you can see the deer, but there's other wildlife on view. Looking up into the sky, you can see a buzzard being mobbed by a crow. And way at the top of this old dead tree is an excellent view of this female kestrel as she patiently waits for any movement in the grass below. And looking up into the sky once again, the now common sight of a red kite as it soars in the blue sky. Well, fairly recently Boughton Estates erected this deer fence, which means that the deer can be viewed a little closer from this meadow. As I mentioned earlier, there are three types of deer in the park: fallow, Sika and white red deer. We're getting fairly close to the rut now. Probably in another few weeks things will start kicking off, but a lot of these fallow bucks are quite happy to graze together at the moment. Fallow deer, of course, are not native to the UK, they're native to Asia and were introduced to the UK by the Normans around the 11th century. They subsequently escaped from deer parks and were intentionally released into hunting forests, and today they're widespread and are the most common deer in England. As I mentioned earlier, we are fairly close to the rut. There is a little bit of mild rutting behaviour going on. I've seen a couple of the bucks put their heads down and clash antlers, and a couple of them are strutting around trying to impress the females. And it's not far from my home, so I'm hoping to come back over the next few weeks and grab some real rutting action. As I said, there's three species of deer in the park, and mixed in with a fallow there we've got a male Sika, a Sika stag. There's also quite a substantial herd of white red deer in the park, and the white variety of red deer are quite rare in the UK, with only a handful of sightings in the wild, but obviously these are park deer, The white colour is explained by leucism, a unique condition that has resulted in their hair and skin losing its natural colour. And obviously, with park herds, the genetic trend can be encouraged. Strangely, I can only see females, the hinds, on view today. No, I tell a lie. There are stags too. And of course, whether it's red or these white, red deer are native to the UK, along with roe deer. Also resident in the park are Sika deer, also known as the northern spotted deer or the Japanese deer. And they're obviously not native to the UK. They're an introduced species, but are actually native to much of East Asia. They seem to share the same autumnal rutting season as fallow and red deer, and there are signs of these Sika stags getting a little competitive, shall we say. Well, that's almost it. I hope you enjoyed the film. It's great to come down here and have a look at the deer. I'm down here most mornings, and it'd be great to make the 5-minute drive over the next few weeks and try and get some rutting footage. So I'll leave you with the deer, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching.